Wow. Time crunch. Okay. This is Dr. JJ Kelly, the punk rock doc. I am on location, having traveled safely. Uh, I am with my friend and editor. Where are you?
Hi.
Corey!
Hi.
Hi! We are here and we're going to surprise Sam. Oh, there, hang on, Olivia. Okay, and I had to race here from the airport, totally like pull a Silkwood and hi,
Hi.
and hurry up and do the live. So we are joined today once again with Olivia, one of our docs from Unorthodox. And the whole point of Throw Up Thursday is you ask questions, barf your problems, and go away feeling much better. So you are welcome. Anybody's welcome to put comments there. You and I have to have a code because Corey and I, here's Corey. Olivia, that's Olivia.
Hi. Hi, Olivia.
How are you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
Good.
So Corey and I are going to go over to the studio and surprise Sam, but Sam could pop on here. So we need a sign.
Okay.
For if he pops on here, but maybe he won't and maybe nobody will, and we'll just post this. Okay. So, hi, Olivia. How are
Hi.
you?
Good.
Good.
Are you, since you're not home, you probably don't have access to your Rebel deck, do you?
I do. I totally do.
Perfect. Okay. Because I thought we could start off.
I travel with them.
Love it. Rebel deck, sponsor us, please.
Oh, good one. I didn't even think of saying that. Smart. That's smart. It's just that kind of thing. That's why we keep you around.
Yeah.
Okay, we choosing?
Yeah. So let's each pull a card.
I'm holding the phone, so.
Okay.
Oh, hold the phone. Ha 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 ha! What'd you get?
I'm pulling it right now. Oh, okay. What'd you get?
Okay, you do yours first.
You were going through some tough shit. Everyone has their turn. Welcome to yours. Gather your tired ass up and handle it. Which I pulled this like 3 times in the last week.
Really? What do you think that means?
I think it's just like I've been feeling this exhaustion, I think, with the time, and hitting the almost 6-month mark feels like kind of like getting to the point where I'm like, okay, now I have to like radically accept that this is life right now and move forward and plan in the way that I can, but like letting go of the other ideas that I had. And I got like the Hanged Man when I pulled my deck. So I have a lot of like fighting with reality and being like, oh, this will be over. And now it's like about just being like, okay, I don't know when it's going to be over, but I just need to accept how this is life now.
Are you hearing this, dude? It's good shit. Corey just finished his 8 weeks of DBT. Okay. So yeah, and has made a transformation, I dare say.
I mean, we just finished our 8-week one too, and I would say that I've made a transformation, like we all have.
Yep. Yeah. We all have to do it a bunch of times.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So guess what I got, and I'm not even kidding.
Is it put the phone down?
Ask a fucking expert. Don't rely on your friends or the internet. Listen to a damn professional. What does that mean?
Rebel deck is on our side.
Okay. All right. All right. So, okay. Lay the first question on me, Olivia.
Okay. So my first question is, since the air in the Bay Area has been so smoky, like how to manage both the physical and mental effects of the bad air?
Oh my God. That's it's an important question and such a difficult one, because I think in addition to the actual particles in the air with the fire, I actually think my friend and I were just talking about this last night. There's chaos and depression and anxiety and trauma floating around. Mm-hmm. That energy from everything the fires are doing to people is in the air too, I think. So it's like, how the hell do you cope? I mean, we're already doing the COVID thing and then boom, fires. And this is supposed to be worse like this is like gonna go in the books as like the worst in history kind of thing, and it's worse than 2 years ago. Was that 2 years ago? Oh my
I mean,
God. Like
yeah.
time.
Who even
You
knows?
know what I'm talking about.
There was like the blackouts, but it seems like it's been rising, and it's difficult to be like, okay, I can't even like go and get fresh air.
Right.
You know,
I know.
dealing with the COVID stuff, and like, okay, well, what I can do for myself is I can go on a walk, and now
I know.
to not have that, it's like it's fucks with
Totally.
you.
Totally. And you know, I said on the call Tuesday, what day is it? Thursday?
Yeah, Thursday. We're up Thursday.
Ask a professional what day it is.
Time's not real.
I said on the call Tuesday that Alex had posted that beginner yoga thing on our Facebook group. And I do think that the exercise, you know, how I'm all for cardio. Walking is everybody's jam because nobody hates it. And I think that's been working really well for people during COVID. So now that there isn't so much walking in California, oh my God, I think we got to go old school on it. I think we got to do like push-ups and sit-ups and planks and dips and just go like Schwarzenegger on it and 70s Schwarzenegger. And yoga.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we got to do yoga, right? And that'll get your heart rate up. And there's tons of free shit online. But I'm not saying yoga is the cure. I think it's one of many things you put in self-care with our meditation and with the emotion, you know, just the skills that we use, but also staying connected. I think that's so important to stay connected to people, if at all possible, not on screens.
Mm-hmm.
But if that's all we got, then that'll do.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not even satisfied with that answer. Truly, like that is it's an important question and a really hard question to answer. And I'm struggling, well, not at the moment because I'm not there, but I struggle with that too. You know, I came back from that trip and right into the fires and the like heaviness and depressive feel of being back home sucked.
And it's like this.
It's the only time I've ever wanted to get back on a plane and go back to Ohio.
It's like feels doomy, like gloomy, and it's when you wake up and you look and you're like, okay, the sun's red, sick. You know, it's a lot of managing anxiety and fear and like sadness, I think.
Yeah, it's weird how it's tons of sadness. I mean, it's not weird. You know, there's a lot of loss going on, but for those of us who, you know, get to keep our homes, it's weird how there's still so much sadness in it. I felt it immediately, like taking the Uber home from the airport.
Mm-hmm.
It's just palpable. So I guess then I would add to that laughing, just to try to process out and have some shot at just living life in the way that we want to. We're so equipped. Like those of us that have the skills are so equipped. It's, you know, be happy, live happy lives. And we're getting tested, yo.
Yeah.
I mean,
in a lot of different ways, constantly.
Yep. Totally.
You think of Allie being like grateful for the tests, which is like,
what am I, a monk? I mean, thank you, Stephanie. Yeah. So I see. Yeah, thank you, Steph. Thanks for the condolences on the fire thing. It's really hard. Okay, what do you got?
This is a question that I got from a friend. They asked, why is it harder to respond to texts than it used to be, like pre-COVID? I think like they've been having an issue with being able to stay in contact. Like they just feel exhausted by like things that were easier before.
Corey is nodding, and I myself am not experiencing this, but Corey and I talked about this last time, and he showed me his phone, and he had 42 unopened texts.
That's only 10 more than it normally is.
Do you have that?
I have a
you?
lot of unopened texts, yeah.
Are you
I'm
shitting
that as
me?
well.
Mhm.
Well, I don't, so I'm going to see what Corey has to say about this.
That's, in my defense, it's only 10 more than it was pre-COVID. It's just, I don't know. It just feels like everyone's up my ass 24/7, especially now. It's so because it's the only way to communicate, it feels like. So I'm like, I'm busy. I live my life. You know, I don't have time to answer everybody. And then I feel like I have to answer everybody.
That's not a feeling.
I think I have to answer everybody. Well, I guess we got to take that 8 weeks again.
Yeah.
And I feel very annoyed.
Annoyed.
Annoyed. I feel that. That's real.
So I thank you very much, Corey. I don't know why that's a problem. Like, who gives a shit if you answer? Only the person that texted you. I don't know. I think of texting as like I did with phone calls. Like, it's a request to talk to me. And I am under no obligation to give you what you've requested. It's an ask. I have a choice. But that's not how it works with the phone, you know, and the immediate gratification thing. However, it could work that way. You guys all trained yourselves out of having conflicts for the most part on text. Nobody your age does that. But you guys all do that now. So anything can be done with practice. So I say, let them go. I mean, is there a way? Oh boy, no, I don't know the answer to this tech question. Is there a way to delete texts that you haven't opened without them seeing it?
Yeah.
Well, just do that then. I mean, I don't know. That's what I would do.
That's rad.
I just don't answer. And I'm not trying to be rude. I just like, if I didn't get to, I'll get to you later, you know? Like, and you know me, like, we'll work it out.
Yeah.
You can, if you're pissed later, you can say so, and I'll be like, you know my obligation thing. Like, I'm not, no. And if someone texts me, if I don't answer, and then they text me, hey, are you okay? I'm worried. I hate that so much. You're not worried. You're just trying to manipulate me into texting you back. I hate that. And there's no quicker way to repel me than send me that text.
Yeah.
Did that answer the question? Whose question was that, by the way?
Oh, just my friend. They didn't want to be named.
Oh, yeah, cool. That's a great question. Thank you for that, nameless friend.
Well,
Will you twist that, please?
On that also, I mean, I think there is like an exhaustion that everyone's feeling from being on their screens all the time and having like being like always available, but that's like in the real world it wouldn't, or I guess I need to stop saying the real world because this is the real world.
Is it? I mean, what is?
I mean,
anyway?
I know, but like there's always like, oh, back when things were normal, and I think that there's maybe like a distinction that, at least for me, that I need to stop making between then and now to like keep myself present.
Yeah. You're just reiterating loss by saying it like that.
Yeah. But I do think that there is something about being available all the time where back before, when we weren't always on our phones and everything wasn't like over Zoom and screens, it was easier to put up boundaries. And now they're like, I don't know if a lot of people have put up boundaries for like what they.
I would love if everyone chose a 2-hour block in the middle of the day where maybe it's even the same time every day, like set an alarm on your phone, and from 2 to 4, you don't touch the phone. Just to see if you can do it. I mean, a lot of people, I mean, not enough, but some people will set the phone down at like 5:36 or whatever after work and take some sort of break there. But I don't really give a shit when it is. Just take one every day. Even if you have to start with 10 minutes, you know, like start, it's like meditation, you know, start with 2 minutes and then build up from there, you know. It's an addiction. It's a straight up addiction.
Yeah.
For all of us, if anybody says they're not addicted to the phone, you're lying to
yourself. No, I am.
It's a blind spot. Everyone, even me. Yeah. I mean, I can feel when it's not around. It feels
but
like
it's not like my hand,
an appendage. What?
Like when it's not like by grabbing reach, I feel like my anxiety kick up sometimes, which is so icky.
Ugh. Dude, the idea of being dependent on anything bugs me out.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I will be taking my own advice because I got the Ask a Fucking Expert card. I will be taking my own advice, and when I get back after Labor Day, I am going to make a 2-hour block in my day every day where I don't touch the phone. Maybe one. Maybe I'll start with one.
Start smaller, and then
Baby steps.
To ask an expert. You
Yeah.
know, work your way up so you don't set yourself up.
Thank
for
you, Olivia. That is great advice. Thanks, Emil.
I don't know where I got that from.
Your heart.
Yeah. Okay, and then, all right, this is
One more.
Okay,
I gotta go scare my brother.
Okay. How to tell the difference between like trying to control the uncontrollable versus being cautious about, like, how do you know when it becomes a medicating, like, I can't do anything, and when it is legitimate fears about COVID?
Okay, is this your question? Because you know I need the specific real life examples.
Specific examples are like going in the car with somebody. Like, in my mind, that doesn't seem like it's okay, but then is that really, like, if we're wearing masks, like, how to know where my values are and where the, like, hypochondriac, like, fear is.
Okay, because I know you and we talked about this the other day, it's kind of like cheating a little bit, but the pat answer is, what are your values when you are in wise mind, when you're at baseline, when you are emotionally regulated and you are calm? What are your values around COVID? Write them down.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're emotionally dysregulated or activated, I hate the word trigger, so I try not to use that. When you are emotionally activated, then you don't have to think up your values. You wrote them down when you were calm and in your wise mind.
Yeah.
So that's the pat answer. Now, the tailored answer for Olivia, based on information here and before, I felt a hum. Like when we were talking about it, and I misunderstood you, remember? So once we got the facts straight, it was like there was a motor on it.
Mm-hmm.
The way you were talking had a cling and had like a that humming anxiety that we've been talking about. There, everybody's hovering above their baseline all the time. You had that and then some about this. Now, I can't define I just flew. A lot of people wouldn't do that. I take major precautions and I live alone. So, and there are still going to be people that see this and think that I'm insane or irresponsible or whatever. And that's fine. They're entitled to their opinion, as are you. So we don't have to agree. I've been navigating with people like this whole thing, whatever their rules are, I just do.
Yeah.
I mean, anybody, we don't argue, we don't debate. I don't. Whatever anyone wants to do, I'm down with it, even if it's way tighter than me. So I guess if you're going to, even if you're doing it a little bit, maybe you just get a pass. Maybe you can just be a little extra anal because it's a scary time. Like, this is like OCD folks, they're probably safer than the rest of us right now. Maybe a little OCD is in order, but I don't want you exhausting yourself with hovering all the time above your baseline and freaking yourself out. Just stay home and don't guilt yourself or do the FOMO thing. See, you're kind of playing both sides.
Yeah, it's a classic Liv move.
And that's a can't win for losing thing then. You're screwed either ways, which means your gremlin has got the reins here and you got to tame your gremlin on this one.
Yeah.
I think you start with writing down your values, hon. When you're calm
Yeah.
And you can look at when you get super pissed about other people's behavior, maybe you want to start on that end.
Mm-hmm.
And figure out why. Was it because you're worried about their safety? Was it because they're doing something fun and you're not? Like, figure out why you got activated and then step it back to, is that something that I really believe I don't want to do? Or am I just butthurt I didn't go to the beach with these people? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the first step is getting regulated, kiddo.
Yeah.
That's hard enough right
Definitely.
now. But
Yeah.
you're this both sides of the fence thing sucks for you.
I know. It's just suffering. It's just like making myself suffer.
Yeah.
Where it's like I could just be proud of myself for like sticking to my values, but instead it's like, that's the flip side of it.
Yeah. Plus, I think you're probably comparing yourself to other people, and that's probably not such a hot idea.
Mm-hmm.
Like, fuck them if they think that you're being too tight. That includes me, by the way. It's not anybody else's business.
Yeah.
How we handle I mean, it is, that's the thing too. Like, if you're endangering somebody else, people think, I mean, it's really touchy.
It's a tricky thing, and I think people get really activated by if anyone's doing anything different to them, because it's I noticed in myself, it like is this really immediate like judgment on somebody that definitely is me projecting my feelings about.
Oh my God, Corey's doing that every day.
And I think there's like I think there's a lot of jealousy, and I think that's a really difficult. I've been experiencing jealousy, and I think that's a difficult thing for people to like validate feeling jealous and manage it, because it's one of those like bad with really heavy air quotes, or like dark, it's part of that side that people don't want to like acknowledge that they even
you got to bring that to the docs, to the coaching calls, because people that aren't emotionally people who don't have the same skills that you have.
Yeah.
I was on my way to saying something that was going to be accidentally insulting, but you guys are pro level on this stuff, and people who aren't, that's a complicated emotion. You're right. Guilt, shame, jealousy, like people want to get away from the dark, and we look at the dark in order to choose the light. So yeah, bring it to the call.
Yeah.
So you can get some like expert.
There you go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And thanks for being flexible with this too.
Of course. Yeah.
I
hope you have fun on your trip.
Thank you so much. We
have
probably, maybe we'll film some of it. I would love to film Sam's face.
Oh my God.
This.
I'm so excited for that. I like giddy just thinking about it.
I know, me too. Oh my gosh. And thank you guys for joining us. Whenever you want to ask a question, we are here Thursdays, 4 p.m. PST. Throw up Thursday. Come barf your problems. And you'll feel better, right?
Much better.
Right, Corey?
That's right.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Thanks, End.